January 31st, 1696. As Amsterdam rolls out new funeral reforms, a revolt by undertakers moves across the nation. 1861. As the United States moves into the Civil War, the state of Louisiana takes over the U.S. Mint at New Orleans. 1863. The first black Civil War regiment, the South Carolina Volunteers, is mustered, that means assembled, into the United States Army. 1865. General Robert E. Lee is named Commander-in-Chief of the Confederate Armies during the U.S. Civil War. 1871. Straight out of a science fiction horror story, millions of birds fly over western San Francisco, darkening the skies. 1905. A.G. McDonald drives an automobile on Daytona Beach and becomes the first person driving a car to exceed 100 miles per hour. 1924. Austrians Helen Engelmann and Alfred Berger win the pair skating gold at the Chamonix Winter Olympics. 1936. The Green Hornet radio show was first heard on WXYZ radio in Detroit. 1949. The first daytime soap opera on TV starts as NBC in Chicago starts airing These Are My Children. 1950. U.S. President Harry Truman publicly announces support for the development of a hydrogen bomb. 1961. The Misfits premieres in New York City. This is the final movie for both Clark Gable and Marilyn Monroe. Also in 1961, Ham the chimpanzee becomes the first primate in space as he travels aboard the Mercury 158 miles above the planet Earth. 1971. Apollo 14 is launched and becomes the first lunar landing in the islands. 1990. The first McDonald's in the Soviet Union opens in Moscow to thousands of people waiting on a Big Mac. 2006. The U.S. Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, January
the first woman
31st,
of the U.S. Supreme
1696.
Court, retires
as
and
Amsterdam rolls out new
Samuel
funeral
Alito.
reforms, a revolt by undertakers
2015.
moves across the nation.
17-year-old Lydia Ko of New Zealand
1861.
becomes the
As
youngest
the United
golfer
States
in
moves
men's
into the
or
Civil
women's
War,
golf
the
history.
state of
to be
Louisiana
ranked
takes
number
over
one
the
in the
U.S.
world.
Mint at New Orleans.
2020. The
1863.
United Kingdom
The
formally
first black
withdraws
Civil
from the
War
European
regiment,
Union.
the South Carolina Volunteers,
2022.
is mustered,
The
that means
online
assembled,
word puzzle
into
Wordle
the United
is
States
bought
Army.
by the New York Times for a low
1865.
seven-figure sum.
General Robert E. Lee is
These are
named
just a few of the
Commander-in-Chief
things that
of
have
the
happened
Confederate
today,
Armies during the
January
U.S. Civil
31st
War.
in history. This has been Mr.
1871.
Scott with Today in
Straight
History.
out of a
Thanks for
science fiction
watching.
horror story, millions